friendship could be. My little pony. Until you all shared its magic with me. Big adventure, tons of fun. A beautiful heart, faithful and strong. Sharing kindness, it's an easy feat. And magic makes it all complete. You have mine. Did you know you're all my very best friends?
Welcome to Season 2! We open on Cheerly taking her class on a field trip to the Canterlot Sculpture Garden. Anyway, each statue represents something. Friendship, victory, etc.
This creature is called a Draconequus. He is the head of a pony and a body made up of all sorts of things.
And they come across one where Cheerly asks them to guess what it represents.
Fusion, evil, chaos. It's not. You're both wrong.
You know, right now, I can kinda see how some of you hate the Cutie Mark Crusaders. Also, I wonder if this is the episode that inspired Cheerly's garden.
Girls! This statue represents discord, which means a lack of harmony between ponies.
Anyway, their fighting has triggered something and the statue begins to crack. Later, Dash is flying and gets stuck in a cloud made of cotton candy, though it behaves more like bubblegum. And it rains chocolate milk.
What's going on with this rain? Chocolate milk? Chocolate milk rain?
Which Pinkie Pie doesn't seem to mind too much. Along with other oddities like all of the corn on Applejack's farm popping, the apples turning gigantic, and suddenly bunnies have really long legs.
Don't worry, everyone.
But Twilight has the answer! Or not.
My failsafe spell failed.
Plan B is to have Dash bring the clouds together, AJ to lasso them and bring them down to Earth, and for Fluttershy to have the animals eat it. Of course, the animals are still deformed, but I guess that was the least of their problems at the moment.
There's nothing we can't overcome if we all work together.
But then they get a letter from Princess Celestia asking them to come to Canterlot, where she explains that all of the weird stuff happening is being caused by the return of Discord, an old foe of hers who she had previously defeated by using the elements of harmony to turn him into stone.
But since Luna and I are no longer connected to the elements, the spell has been broken.
So basically they need to defeat Discord the same way they defeated Nightmare Moon.
Hold on a second. Eternal chaos comes with chocolate rain, you guys. Chocolate rain! Don't listen to her, Princess.
Don't listen to Pinkie Pie should be Ponyville's official slogan.
You can keep the elements. I'll take that case.
We will be able to defeat Discord with these.
Well, I guess Rarity got her wish.
Oh well, if anyone needs me, I'll be outside in the chocolate puddles with a giant swizzle straw.
I love Celestia's reaction to Pinkie Pie.
This doesn't make sense.
Makes sense? Oh, what fun is there in making sense?
So Discord officially makes himself known through animated stained glass. This is another case of the show using a different animation style. Coincidentally, the first time was the first episode of Season 1. Discord makes it clear that he knows about all of them and what their elements are.
Pinkie Pie's is a personal favorite of mine. Laughter.
He's standing on your head!
I'm with Pinkie Pie. Stained glass Discord doing the running man on stained glass Twilight's head is pretty funny. Either way, Discord goes away after some mysterious parting words.
Twists and turns are my master plan. Then find the elements back where you began.
Twilight figures out that Discord must have hid the elements in the palace labyrinth, so they go there.
Dopey Discord forgot about these babies!
But Discord is not going to make it easy on them, and he removes the wings of Dash and Fluttershy and the horns of Twilight and Rarity. I feel bad for them, but their little freakout is still adorable.
Your horn! My horn! Ah!
Halfway through part 1, and Discord finally shows up for real, and he has a great entrance.
You should see the looks on your faces. Priceless.
Basically, it's a game, and the rules are no flying or magic, and if even one of them gives up,
The game is over, and I win.
Good luck, every pony.
I love that flamboyant little shoulder wiggle he does.
All right, girls, let's do this. Together!
And he promptly separates them.
Every pony head to the middle as fast as you can, and we'll regroup there!
And Twilight will form the head. So Discord is clearly using a divide and conquer tactic, and he starts with Applejack. He lures her away by getting her to follow 3 apples. No coincidence that that's her cutie mark and resembles her element.
Where am I?
More apples appear, forming these apparitions that are honestly pretty creepy for a kid's show.
The keepers of the Grove of Truth.
They say she can ask them one question, so she asks how this mission they're on will end.
For the answer you seek, go ahead, take a peek.
And she is shown a vision of the main six breaking apart from each other, their friendship having ended.
Sometimes a lie is easier to take.
Having been convinced that the truth is painful, she is now broken and loses some of her color, and begins acting the opposite of her element from this point on, and telling nothing but lies.
Who are you talking to?
I was talking to, no pony. No pony whatsoever.
I think this is the first instance of a scrunchy face ever shown on this show. I might have to give Applejack Best Face Award for that. I do love the scrunchy face. Next up is Pinkie Pie, who is confronted with laughing balloons that look like her cutie mark. Damn, this episode has some unsettling moments. At first she likes them, until she falls in the mud and realizes that they're laughing at her.
They're laughing at me.
It's hardly different.
Discord convinces Pinkie Pie that her own friends laugh at her all the time.
Here I thought laughter made you happy.
And now she is broken and from this point on is grouchy and defensive.
Are we glad to see you? Oh, you are, huh? Why? Need a good laugh?
I didn't notice anything strange about Pinkie.
Scrunchy face! And now Rarity is confronted with 3 jewels.
Oh my. No, I shan't succumb to such fabulousness.
She tries to fight it, but in the end she's broken pretty quickly and is now full of greed. Also, she's obsessed with a giant diamond that is actually a big rock.
Keep your envious little eyes off it!
Twilight is getting a bit worried now. Fluttershy is lured by 3 butterflies.
Looks like you've been left behind by your so-called friends, huh?
Oh my god, the Discord butterflies are so cute.
I think I'm awfully lucky to have friends who want me to be the best I can be.
Turns out that Fluttershy is the hardest to break, so Discord ends up dropping the subtlety.
You've been kind for far too long, my dear. Time to be cruel.
Why didn't he just do that with the others? It'd be less fun for him, obviously. In any case, Fluttershy is basically a bully now.
Why don't you wave your magic little horn and make everything all right? Oh, that's right. You can't. You don't have one.
Scrunchy face again. In fact, all of them are pretty horrible now.
Thanks, Twilight. You're welcome. But don't get any ideas about my gem. I know where you live.
That just leaves Rainbow Dash, who is also lured by an apparition that resembles her cutie mark and element.
Oh, I can see why you like these clouds so much. Very plush. Listen close.
Nice shades. Discord shows her a vision of Cloudsdale needing her help and offers her her wings back.
No!
And now she is broken and abandons her friends, ending the game in Discord's favor.
Looks like we might be due
His umbrella meowed.
For a big old storm of chaos.
Part 2 opens on Discord still laughing, but Pinkie Pie lets him have it.
You better think before you laugh at the pig! Pie!
And then the 4 broken ponies just straight up turn on each other.
Twilight said we should split it 6 ways since we, found it together.
Hiya! Try it, punk!
Twilight accuses Discord of cheating since he made the labyrinth disappear before they could find the elements,
You thought the elements were in the labyrinth?
and he reveals that they were never in the labyrinth in the first place.
Keep trying, Twilight Sparkle. Maybe the magic of friendship can help you.
And to add insult to injury, the chocolate milk rain returns.
Don't touch my gem! I'm touching your gem, Rarity.
However, Twilight figures out that the elements must be in Ponyville, so she manages to get them all to go home. But once again, Discord isn't going to make it easy.
Wow, I can see so much better now.
I don't think sarcasm quite counts as lying, Applejack.
Okay, we're here. Everyone, please, just go inside, please.
So they eventually get back to the library, and everyone loses a bit more of their color. Also, Rarity has named the rock.
Second I go in, you'll have your little me and Spike come and take Tom. Hey, Twilight. What's soaking wet and clueless?
Had just about enough.
Your face!
Mean Fluttershy is kind of hilarious. Anyway, the book on the elements is located, but the rest of them play keep away with it, royally ticking off Twilight.
This is my book, and I'm gonna read it!
Spike is threatening them with the scroll. It turns out that the elements were actually in the book, probably the only time that luck is on Twilight's side in this episode.
See, girls? We did it! We found the elements of harmony!
pony.
Poor Twilight, she's trying so hard to keep the group together.
My friends.
Have turned into complete jerks.
Yeah, Twilight has just about had it with the rest of them.
Necklace and big crown thingy.
Aren't you missing some, Pony?
Nope. We got the liar, the grump, the hoarder, and the brute.
What about Rainbow Dash?
Also, Spike is now Rainbow Dash.
I'm prepared to be defeated now, ladies. Fire when ready.
So they use the elements against Discord just as they did with Nightmare Moon, only none of their hearts are in it and Rainbow Dash isn't even there, so of course it doesn't work. I just noticed that Spike doesn't even leave the ground.
Harmony in Equestria is officially dead. Discord rules, Celestia drools.
So they all go their separate ways, similarly as how Applejack saw it earlier, leaving Twilight alone.
With friends like you, who needs enemies?
And now she is fully broken too. Not gonna lie, I teared up a bit here. Up until now, Twilight's been the only one determined to win the day, and her finally giving up along with how it's handled is legitimately heartbreaking. Here, have some mood whiplash in the form of bison ballerinas. Also, Barry Punch knocking down buildings with a sneeze. She's probably wondering what she drank last night.
You've got to get into the spirit of things. After all, this is your new home.
Twilight has declared that she's leaving Ponyville, but once she gets back to the library, she discovers that she's gotten a ton of letters from Princess Celestia. Poor Spike, what an ability to have. Anyway, they turn out to be all of the letters that Twilight had written to the princess since she came to Ponyville, as a reminder of everything that she and her friends had accomplished together.
Do you remember what I said the first day we arrived in Ponyville? I told you that the future of Equestria didn't rest on me making friends. But the opposite is true.
So now, with a renewed spirit, Twilight goes out to get her friends back. Once again, we start with Applejack, and Twilight uses a spell to make her remember all of their adventures. Still love that shot of her and Rainbow Dash at the end of Fall Weather Friends.
Can you ever forgive me?
I already have.
But now Applejack is back to normal, and together they heal Fluttershy, Rarity,
Let us never speak of this again.
and Pinkie Pie.
I turned gray! Can you believe it?
And then they find Rainbow Dash, who of course flies away.
If you can't catch her, Discord wins!
Here's our first hint that Fluttershy can fly a lot faster than she thinks as long as she has the proper motivation. They have to tie her down, but they do eventually cure Rainbow Dash.
This again.
I love the explosion, that's a nice touch.
Friendship isn't always easy, but there's no doubt it's worth fighting for.
Ugh, gag. Fine, go ahead.
Anyway, the main six uses the elements on Discord and taste the rainbow, etc. Now that they're all together and friends again, it works, turning Discord back into a stone statue. That looked unpleasant. And of course, Ponyville goes back to normal. And there's a ceremony in their honor. I won't bother doing a visual comparison as they're probably all over YouTube, but it's basically a nearly shot-by-shot reference to the ending scene in Star Wars, down to having similar music, and even the circle wipe at the end. And so ends the return of Harmony. So we're only the first episode into Season 2, and it already feels different from Season 1. Those episodes were more slice of life and tended to be very lighthearted. But this is the first one to actually have some real weight to it. A couple of scenes feel legitimately dark and creepy, and while the change in everyone's behavior is mostly played for laughs, there's a serious undertone in it, and the dissolving of their friendship is actually kind of hard to watch. You could make fun of how friendship is treated with so much seriousness here, but Equestria is a land that is kept together by harmony, hence why its worst villain, up until this point anyway, is a god of chaos. Speaking of which, I don't even really need to mention it, but not mentioning it would be ignoring the elephant in the room. This was, of course, John Delancey as the voice of Discord, who is also known for playing Q in Star Trek The Next Generation. Of course, Lauren Faust is a Star Trek fan, with there already having been an episode that was clearly inspired by The Trouble with Tribbles, and so she was thrilled to have John Delancey himself voicing this Q-like character that she came up with. John Delancey, for his part, didn't even know that My Little Pony had a huge fan base, and so he was surprised when his Twitter got flooded after the episode aired. But the Brony community grew on him pretty quickly, and when he noticed that they were being unfairly bashed by the media, he stepped up to the plate and came to their defense, pointing out that bronies, however weird you may think they are generally decent people and even do charity work in the spirit of the show's lessons. This, of course, resulted in him getting together with Lauren Faust and some fans and making the Brony documentary to try to help others understand where bronies are coming from. And he didn't have to do any of that, so it was pretty awesome of him to get involved the way he did. But anyway, back to the actual episode. Discord is a fantastic villain, and this is a great episode. The way he uses each pony's weakness against them is quite devious, and the way each of their fears is exposed is kind of heavy for a kid's show. By the way, speaking of Q, I'm probably not the only one, but I used to have a headcanon where Discord was really Q. They never actually defeated him. His being turned into stone was really Q going away for a while and leaving a statue behind because he got bored. Of course, spoiler, Discord gets reformed in Season 3, which killed my Q headcanon, but oh well. Next up is, Lesson 0. See you then.
How in Equestria can she think that tiny patch of clouds is Cloudsdale?
The same way he got you to think that sheep rock was a bona fide diamond?
I thought we agreed never to speak of that again.